What's up everyone? So in a previous video about a week or two ago, I released how I was able to achieve 27 miles per gallon on this 2014 Ram 1500. But in today's video, I want to go over 5 ways that you can make sure and prevent yourself from losing fuel mileage without modifying the vehicle. And I'm also going to go over a few of the mods that you definitely don't want to do if you're trying to stay budget conscious and if you're trying to improve or maintain your miles per gallon. So I'm going to go over 5 items that I think are essential to miles per gallon on these trucks. So these are going to be pretty general terms. I'm using this as an example, but this applies to pretty much any truck that's out there that's a gas truck. Diesels perform a little bit different, but on a gas powered vehicle, it is essential that you watch out for these things. So number 1 is going to be tire selection. Your tire selection is huge. If you end up putting on a wider tire, a more aggressive tread, a mud tire, anything that's going to make noise or create resistance down the road, whether it's a wider tire, a heavier tire, all those factors are going to kill your miles per gallon. So I know it looks cool, I know it's a truck, I know you want it to look a certain way. I've been there, I've done it. All I can say is it definitely kills your miles per gallon. So just, it's a known fact, it's gonna happen. If you want to maintain miles per gallon, don't change the tires into an off-road mud tire or a bigger tire or a wider tire. It's just gonna ruin your gas mileage. Number 2 is tire pressure. So I'm gonna just fully throw out a disclaimer. If you look at the sidewall of your tire, it'll have a max PSI. Some guys, to try in an effort to achieve better gas mileage, they'll actually run that max PSI on the side or get close to within it. Usually most tires are around 32 PSI, but if you read the sidewall, and I'll show you guys in a second, it actually shows what max PSI you can run. And you have to be a little bit, you have to watch out for tire wear, because if you put too much or overinflate the tire, it'll round the tire out and it'll actually wear out the center of the tire more, and underinflating it ran out the sides, or wear out the sides. But anyways, overinflating it will usually wear out the center of your tire, so you have to be careful about that. But it'll create less resistance and you can actually get better gas mileage. So let me guys show you what tire pressure you could potentially run on your tires. So here you can see on the tire, it says max load, and it'll say the weight, and then it'll say PSI. 44 PSI, it's saying max PSI. So on these particular tires, these are the stock factory Goodyear tires, you could potentially run 44 PSI. So again, full disclaimer, if you guys choose to do that, but it is a way that you can save fuel mileage or economy without having to spend any money, is just putting a bit more air in your tires. Again, but just be conscious of tire wear and how that may negatively affect the wear on your tires. The third thing you can do is any sort of resistance on the engine at all times is going to affect gas mileage just slightly. So one way you can do it, and we're chipping at the bit here, but if you don't run the AC, or at least keep the auto setting off on some of these newer trucks, the AC compressor won't kick in, it won't run, and that actually can affect your mileage over an extended period of time. So I know if you're just turning it on and off here and there, but you guys, if you've ever owned like a 4-cylinder vehicle, you can physically feel the power difference when that AC compressor is running and under load. So it does affect gas mileage ever so slightly, so it's something to consider or think about as well. So the next one that I want to talk about is the ride height. This isn't something you necessarily do on a stock vehicle, but it's something you want to avoid at all costs. Is don't mess with the ride height, guys. I know I'm guilty of it too, not on this particular truck that I own now, but on a previous truck, of messing with the ride height. You lift the truck, it looks cool, it looks great, I get it, but at the same time, it kills the gas mileage. As soon as you lift the front of the truck actually has a rake from the factory for aerodynamic reasons. I know it's there for towing as well, so that if you put a load that it rides level, but also it does help aerodynamics having that rake on it. As soon as you level or lift the vehicle, lifting of course being worse than leveling, but as soon as you do that, it kills the aerodynamics. So something to keep in mind, keep it stock ride height if you're trying to maintain your fuel mileage. Because that one is a huge factor on aerodynamics and your gas mileage. And last one that I'm going to mention is the air filter. Make sure you have a clean air filter. I'm going to get into another video on what mods you can do, simple mods, and what mods I think are most beneficial to do to a truck to improve the miles per gallon. But for basics, for keeping the truck mostly stock, make sure you have a clean air filter. And also another bonus one, guys, is you want to make sure that you have good oil and you have the correct weight of oil. If you have too thick of an oil, it'll actually hurt your your fuel economy, believe it or not, because it takes a little bit for it to get a little bit thinner. It's more resistance on the engine, and these, like I said, these are minuscule, they're very small details, but it's efforts that the factory has made. If you look at a lot of these newer vehicles, in order to get their EPA rating, their miles per gallon down, they're using really thin oil. And that's how they're trying to achieve some of this stuff. So that's the last one I'm gonna leave you guys with. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up for me and consider subscribing. If it's the first time you're stopping into this channel, we have lots of content on these trucks, and taking this truck from bone stock truck to an over 600 horsepower monster. So it should be fun, and I've been documenting the whole thing. But in the next video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the 5 factors or best mods that I think improve the fuel economy. Because if you guys haven't seen the other video, I managed to achieve 27 miles per gallon in this V8 5.7 liter Hemi, and that is also with the active grille shutters removed from the front end that this thing has. So it could even be higher if I really wanted to, and that was a completely unbiased experiment that I did, because I'm going for performance on this thing and not so much fuel economy at this point. But I just wanted to see, and I was curious what it would actually do if we wanted to focus on miles per gallon. But any questions, guys, be sure to ask in the comments below. We're also on Instagram, same spelling as this channel, at Boosted Motorsports. But wherever you guys want to follow along is cool with me. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.